Sweet, sweet, sweet action we had today. And just looking at the charts, I wish I could still keep trading, but I'll explain it if you're new here, I'll explain it very briefly when we go to the charts about the small account challenge. But basically we're out of trades and well, I'm done with trading for today. But we had some beautiful action out of the gates with AESE. I feel like I've been saying that wrong all day today during this stream, but wowie, this thing just rips right out of the gates. And you know what? It felt kind of predictable. So I'm happy I jumped in on it. But I just closed out my trade way too early. I mean, this was like a 73% move. And I walked away on this specific trade with 3%. So this was kind of embarrassing, but I guess it happens from time to time, especially with me in the last few weeks, because I've been taking my profits way too early. Regardless though, in this video, for trading setups, I want to be looking for those breakout setups, the first pullback, the second pullback, the bull flag, and it's specifically this one thing, the 5-minute breakout, the 1-minute pullback that I always look for kind of a prerequisite, no matter what the kind of secondary pattern is, the first pullback, second pullback, bull flag, something like that. I always want to see this one thing. So we're going to be focusing on that in this video. And I hope, and I know actually, by the end of this video, it's definitely going to click. It's going to make sense. And if it doesn't, just leave a question below. Give me 48 hours or so, and I'll respond to your question. All right, guys, fun start to June. Let's go to the charts now. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy the content. If you're totally new here, remember, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. So definitely go ahead, click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon too, so you will get a notification when we go live. Let's go to the charts now. Hey guys, what a fun day trading today. It was actually our longest stream yet. So typically, we start at 9:15 to review the watch list, and then we trade till about 10:45, 11 latest, maybe a few minutes if I'm really going over. This time we went till almost 12 o'clock. I think it was about 11:40 something. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. But I just realized my thing is still in the way. Let me see if I'm using the right microphone. Yep, I am. So I hope you guys found some value in it. And the reason I went a little bit late is because we didn't get our 3 or 4 trades in based on our position sizes and how much we can trade per day in right away. So this is the gap and go challenge. And typically all the activity happens in the first 15 to 30 minutes. So you can almost say 0 to 30 minutes. So basically market open at 9:30 and then 9:45. Some of the best moves are already done. And then by 10 o'clock, it kind of switches up. It's no longer the gap and go. You're kind of looking for maybe things that are holding their highs, a little bit of maybe some reversals. We'll talk about some of the setups, but right now I want to focus on, or I just want to quickly share the trading we did today. So these are all the filled orders. You can see all the canceled orders. Wow, did I miss a lot of moves today. Today was probably the most moves I've missed in a while, which is a little bit unfortunate because we could have ended today really, really nice, guaranteed. I mean, the first move alone, we'll talk about it in a second here, but first trade with AESE, I've been saying that wrong all day. Then we had another AESE trade, which we closed out for a little bit of profit, and then I closed out the second half of the trade for a loss, unfortunately, because it had a big flush, and I got out in that flush, kind of which was actually kind of a good thing because it flushed much lower. So yeah, you win some, you lose some. CTEX, our last trade on the day, wrapped up pretty nicely with this one. So we ended the day $49 in the profit. And I know if you guys are not new, if you guys are new to the channel, you're probably like, Alex, you made 49 bucks. Like, why are you making a YouTube video? Valid question, but this is the small cap or small account challenge. So we're growing it from $4,000 to $25,000, and right now we're at $6,400. Even though I'm paying myself 25% of each month's profit along the way. So even though I might stop doing that till we reach 10K, just to kind of get out of this kind of slow phase, because like I said, it's a little bit slow. So this is a cash account, which means I can trade my whole account. I could do unlimited trades, but whatever I trade, so let's say I trade $1,000, I won't have that money again till 2 days. So if I trade $1,000 on Monday, I will have now $5,000 left to trade, and I won't get that $1,000 on back till Wednesday. So every day I alternate 3 trades, right? 3,000 a day is kind of how I manage the account. That way I can trade every day. You don't have to trade every day, but it's kind of nice to kind of have your finger on the pulse of the market a little bit, to me. So today, based on our average position size, we made 5%. Average position size is about $1,000. So we made $49.56. So once our positioning size grows to $10,000, you know, this would have been a $500 day. So that's kind of, you know, right now we're learning the foundation, building it, making sure our strategies are in the back of our head and we're always ready to go. So today we actually had some really good ones. AESE, let's talk about this one first because this was a classic gap and go setup. And let me talk about this one a little bit on our watch list, what we were looking at. So this one was gapping up 80%, had a 2 million float. The second best float today was CTEX with 7 million float. So 2 million float is huge spikeability. These stocks can run, right? We're looking always for stocks under 10 million and then sometimes under 50 million. That's nice, but ideally under 10 million. So when I saw AESE, I was like, this is definitely going to be one of the lead gappers. It was the second green day today. So if you look at the daily chart, I was a little skeptical. I was like, I don't really like second green days, but we are over the 180-day moving average, which typically acts as big resistance. I knew at 5.5 and $6 was going to be some big resistance if we ran up to that area, and that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, I was not really able to capitalize on that, and I'm a little disappointed in myself, honestly. And the reason I traded this one a little bit skeptical is because it didn't really have a catalyst. We had some insider monkey or money, I forgot what the website was called, some article about this company. And typically, we don't see a lot of articles, especially lately. Typically, it's a press release or something like that, a little bit more substantial from the company. So I was a little bit shaky on this catalyst, I'm not going to lie. Pre-market, we also had some aggressive selling off going on here, about 25%, which is getting close to my max area where I don't want to see the stock pull back more than 25-30%. So we're kind of in that area now. But I know right here, check out the 5-minute chart, $3 to 3.2 is big time support. We pull all the way down to 3.36 area and then instantly start moving higher. This was on my second screen. So you'll see in the live stream, if you guys check it out, I moved the screen basically over here and then, you know, keep on trading it. I don't know if the entry was on the main screen at the time. We got the entry at 3.6, which is a little bit more aggressive than I wanted. Had a quick pullback here, got rejected, and then, you know, flash crash. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me rewind a little bit. We had a breakout here. I bought on the pullback to 3.6, and there was so much resistance right up here that I actually ended up closing my position in this same candle. So this trade was very quick. Let's check out. This was a 25-second long trade, which isn't too bad because I made 3% in that. But I missed a lot of upside. I got shaken out. I thought this VWAP was, you know, I wanted to sell into the break of VWAP, but I was so put off by the amount of resistance. And instantly after I sold, we even had a flash crash down to 53 or 51, which again isn't the worst, but I mean that's an 8% pullback. I should have re-entered it though, as we were holding the position, and I was thinking about this the whole time. I just don't like re-entering a trade right away because I only have 3 trades a day, like we talked about in the beginning. Then this thing pulls up here, the 16% move, consolidates again, runs up here, 27% move, pulls back here, and then, you know, this move alone was 27%. So it's like I missed so many moves, and I constantly, I didn't trade this one. I think I missed this one. I don't remember if I placed a limit order, but I was just kind of watching this one. I was like, I should trade right now. Missed it, you know, watched it again. I should trade right now, missed it again. This was a 73% move. So the fact that I only walked away with 3% from this one kind of makes me feel a little ridiculous. At least I was watching the right thing. I had the right ideas. I just kind of fumbled this one a little bit. It happens every now and then, but yeah. In hindsight, it's always so obvious, but when you're actually trading it, you know, sometimes if you don't get out, you don't take those profits, before you know it, you're red. So if you have enough of those, then you're a little bit like, ooh, like I don't want to maybe hold it. And to be honest, May, yeah. So last month was not my best month. We made money, but I was shaky. I was you know, taking profits too early. I was, you know, sometimes holding trades too long. It wasn't my best month. It was kind of, you know, consistent, but like consistently shaky for me. It was a great month for the market, but I didn't do that hot. I was still kind of, you know, getting some of that rust off of me, and this was a good move. But I mean, this is what we're looking for. So let's talk about some great entry points, because obviously we want to be focusing on breakout. So this one, we're breaking above the 15-minute EMA. We have a nice pullback here. So now we have a breakout pullback.
That's what I love. We also have a 5-minute breakout. You can see this 5-minute breakout and a 1-minute pullback. During the live streams, which I definitely recommend all of you guys check out if you want to learn day trading, we go live every morning at 9:15, like I said earlier. So definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell icon too, so you'll get notified next time we go live. But I would love to see you there. The community is amazing. Anyway, 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback. That, this screams an entry. We break out, and now the 15-minute EMA is crawling up with us. A VWAP is right below us. We have another 5-minute breakout, another 1-minute pullback. These are my favorite setups, by the way. And then we shoot up here. Now, this is also considered the first pullback right here. Sometimes, it's a bit weird. Everyone calls these things a little bit different. So some people call this the first pullback and this is the second pullback. It's tough. To me, this is just like a trend reversal. This would be kind of the first one. This is kind of the second one. And this is the failed third one. But that's very, it doesn't even really matter what you call it, as long as you understand what you're doing. So we have a nice breakout here at 425, which is clear resistance. So this could have also been, there would have been two ways to try this, trade this one. Either buy the VWAP pullback, which isn't the worst idea. It's only 936. So you can get a little bit more aggressive in the first 15 minutes I have found. I wouldn't do this at like 10 o'clock or like 9:55. I would not trade that because the volume is a little bit lower. Less people are looking at it. Trades tend to not have the nice follow through. So this one had really good follow through. We broke it right here at 4.25. This could have been another entry, would have been a lot harder, but it could have been possible. This longer pullback, we were kind of talking about it when it was happening that, we need a little bit longer consolidation, blah, blah, blah. Oops, where am I now? And that's exactly what happened. We had some really nice consolidation in here, nice flag pattern, and then we broke out from that flag pattern. When this would have been a good buy, this is actually almost textbook perfect. I almost want to cry when I look at this. I should just decorate my whole house with chart patterns. I might do that. Okay, so oh god, I can't speak right now. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. I need to massage my jaw. All right. So we had a nice breakout here, and check out this. So the volume's fading, the selling volume's fading. We have a nice little 1-minute candle coming in here. This is not a buy indicator yet, but we have a breakout here with volume also over the last candle. So we have this candle making a nice high here, and we have this candle making a nice high here. So this would have been the time to jump in on it. Jumping in on this one would have been nice too. Break of 5 could have worked. You would have had to been a little quicker on this. By now I'm already a little shaky. I don't really like buying in these areas, not to mention 5.5 $half resistance. We did have a little 1-minute pullback here again and then broke out further. So those 1-minute pullbacks, especially with a 5-minute breakout behind it, are my favorite breakout setups. So that's what I'm always looking for. Now, if there's a flag pattern involved, if there's a first or second pullback involved, all the better. Those are really nice things to look for. So let's say this is the first pullback, second pullback's nice, third pullback is even a flag pattern. So it's kind of all these things coming together. But for me, it's really looking at the 5-minute chart, making sure there's a larger setup. Because we actually, somewhere down here, again, right here in this area, this is 10 o'clock. Let me show you guys this. So at 10, you would think, okay, Alex, hold up here. We're having, we had a breakout here. Is this a good setup? Well, is there a 5-minute breakout in this area? No, there's not. And there was a few instances, actually, where this exactly was the case. I think here was one as well, and I wasn't too excited about this one because we didn't have a nice clear breakout. We weren't holding the highs. This one didn't work out. I guess you could kind of say this one, but I wasn't really convinced about this one either. I did miss it. Actually, I think I even tried to trade this one. This one was at 1039. Here, let's just check. 1039. 1039 is what? That's like 15 for me. Yeah, it's 79. So I did try to trade this one. I totally, or wait, no, not 79, 59 or 95, something like that. Sorry about this. I guess it's not really too important, but yeah, 89. So I was a little bit cautious with this one. Yeah, I remember now. I had this order at 89, so this would have been a perfect trade. This bounced 11%, guys. The fact that I only made 5% today, I'm happy I'm green, but somehow I'm a little disappointed in myself. Today was a hot day, and I could have done much better. So yeah, this trade had a 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, back to VWAP. It is kind of at 1039, so I don't trust the VWAP trades that much, but it's above 15-minute EMA. Everything's looking good. AESE, 2 million float, has a catalyst. one of the top lead gappers on the day. So this again would have been a really nice trade. But this is no longer the gap and go. This is the gap and go right here. Because why is this the gap and go? If you guys are curious why this strategy is called gap and go, it's very obvious. Here's the gap. Basically, we're up 80%, 90%. So this is a little cleaner gap. We have consolidation, and then we have the go, right? So we have the gap, consolidation, and the go. That's like the picture perfect setup. This one, I gotta say, is a little not 100% picture perfect, because typically you want to be trending above VWAP a little bit, and really the momentum being to the upside. But sometimes when the momentum is to the downside, it's an extra trampoline kind of springboard, because we're pulling back and getting ready to throw the stock to the upside. So I don't mind the pullbacks, but I mind them when they're past 25%. And this one was really getting to that level. You could probably even argue it was at 26, but as long as it's not past 30%. So to me, I have 2 stocks on my watch list that were past 30%. And those I was very cautious of. And DGLY was actually one of them. I was like, I don't really want to be trading something that's, pulled back so much. You can see this one. This was actually one of the lead gappers on the day at first, 350%. But check out this pullback. It was super wicked. Let me go here. 60%. I was not really having it. I did want to trade it pre-market actually at 180, and I had some limit orders here pre-market. So I'm a little, again, I'm kind of kicking myself. I didn't trade this one pre-market. It was pretty nice, 20% move. Oh my God, so many good moves today. Consolidated here around 2.27 or 2.07, and this could have been a good time to trade this one. Falling selling volume, consolidating here near the highs, and then it rips up again like 20%. So DGLY could have been interesting, but you could see this one didn't perform that nice. Not as much volume, not as much activity, about half the volume of CTEX and almost AESE, because traders notice that this thing, there's weakness behind this. There's something shady going on. There's something making this stock sell off so much, giving back all its gains. I'm going to be a little cautious trading it. That's kind of how it works. So let me quickly talk about, well, I'm losing my voice. Let me talk about CTEX, and I'll just wrap it up here. CTEX was our last trade on the day. I'm kind of happy about this one. Oh, so it did finally break out here. This is, okay, so this is kind of what I was expecting. This is what I wanted. It just happened a lot slower. See, if I had unlimited trades, which we will at 25,000, I probably would have kept trading maybe till 12 o'clock today, because we're seeing hot momentum. So why stop trading? Anyway, CETX, let me quickly review it a little bit here. Where is it? 160% gapping up pre-market, 7 million float, not too bad. Protest kind of stock based on all the protesting going on around the world, specifically in America. That's a whole issue. I won't even cover it right now, but basically they have, it's a securities company. They do equipment and all that fun stuff, security cameras, monitoring systems. The police departments is a big client for these guys. So CTEX is kind of up on news predicting that, these all this stuff is going to be, this company is going to be providing a lot more equipment over the next few maybe weeks and months. And yeah, basically you're going to have probably a good quarter. Anyway, they also have, so they have macro news and they also have micro news. Micro news is specific to the company. It's nice when those two things come together, like Corona stocks or biotechs researching Corona cures, for example. They got the big macro news, the Corona, and then they got, the micro news, the actual situation, like the actual thing they're working on, maybe a cure, maybe a vaccine, maybe some sort of treatment, some sort of something that reduces the symptoms, anything. So you got the macro and micro news combination. It tends to do very, very well. So they also have the micro news of a body cam with thermal. Doesn't sound like something super new, but probably had to pass a lot of regulations since it's for government employees. Anyway, CTX, 7 million float, US conglomerate. Yeah, so this one, it actually looked okay here opening up, but I was a little bit nervous because there was such big resistance right above at 2.5. So I didn't really want to trade this one out of the gates. And it was a good thing because we had a quick move higher and then instantly pulled back. But then we found big support at 2.2. This could have been a beautiful rip. Just so many good moves today. I'm like freaking out just watching this. Big pullback here. We eventually go back above the VWAP, hold this area. Not a lot of volume, so I get a little shaken out here. This was a nice trade. This was like a 4% trade almost exactly, so not too bad. But I was waiting for a bigger fall through. This was the one I was hoping we would have that move. So basically I was waiting for this, but over here. Anyway, I eventually closed my position and I moved along, which isn't the worst thing. I mean, you got to take your profits, and I did. So I'm not upset at all about how this thing ended up. I would have liked to be able to take this trade, do the same thing, and then take a second trade in this area. This was pretty sweet. We had a big move here. Let's see again if there's a 5-minute breakout. So we have this candle right here at 1150. That's right around, yeah, so that's right around here. 55 even goes all the way. So this move here, we didn't have any sort of 1-minute pullback. So you would have had to get aggressive. This would have been kind of tough to trade. We did have a pullback to the EMA. Again, I don't know if I would have traded this one, but we have a top here and we have a pullback to this area. So kind of a nice general zone, I would say. You can kind of see here, resistance, breakout, pullback, continuation, right? It's, trading, the easier you make it for yourself, the easier patterns you set up for yourself, the better, because everyone is looking at the obvious stuff, right? A few people might be looking at some crazy Fibonacci stuff, and sometimes that works really well. But when you're day trading, especially these quick moves, you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it easy, and a breakout, pullback, consolidation, and then move higher. I mean, that's the stuff, and you take profits along the way. This could have been multiple trades. You could have traded this, basically bought this breakout or bought this pullback, and then boom, 6%, lock it in. All of a sudden we're having another move here, consolidation. I don't know if I would have done this one, but boom, another move here. Or you could, take profits along the way. That stuff is, up to you to decide how you want to trade it. And I kind of mix and match. This time I try to take profits along the way. So I sold half my position here. I want to sell the next half here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the breakout, so I just sold the half here. So it's really up to you to decide, like, how do you want to, keep trading these setups. But overall, that's what you really want to be looking for. You want to make it simple. You want to look for support and resistance. You want to look for breakouts, either buy the breakout, or if you miss the breakout, you can buy the pullback, or do both. And then you have to also figure out your personality. How are you as a person? Are you a bit more reserved? Do you feel more comfortable buying the pullbacks? Do you feel more comfortable buying the breakouts? Are you more aggressive? And then once you put all that together over a couple of months, I would say 3 to 6 months, you can probably become a consistently profitable trader. It's not rocket science. It's all very simple. You just got to stick with it long enough. And we've only had one red month on this challenge, and it was only by like $50 or something like that, 50, 60, maybe even $40. I would have to double check, which is going to be possible soon on our trade journal. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Again, don't forget to leave a like if you did. I appreciate all the likes. You make the content more helpful for other people to find, which means growing community, which means more for us to learn from. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new here. I'd love to see you again, especially on the streams. Until next time, guys, like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.